Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, the only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports all the time. I'm Brandon Bossert. Sports Director Trayvon Miles has the night off, so let's get right into the action. We have a lot to get to over the past week. Of course, we have the football championships from last weekend. The Bulldogs looking for their first title in 30 years. We'll get to that soon. For the first time ever, though, 3 state champions would be crowned in Delaware. The first of 3 local teams looking to be champions was Woodbridge, and the Blue Raiders marched into Saturday's 2A title game at 12-0, looking to cap off a perfect season against Archmere, who also came in at 12-0. The Bridge falls behind fast, though. Declan Pearson punches it in late in the first quarter. Archmere led 6-0 after a blocked punt. Pearson back into the end zone. So 1 quarter in, the Raiders down 13-0. That's the score at halftime. Second half, Woodbridge gets the ground game going. Kenny Newton Jr. with the big run. The offense gets into the red zone twice, and they're shut down twice. Connor Udovich was huge on the edge for the Auks. Still down just 2 scores late in the third. They run a counter play, and Johnny Kim takes it 81 yards all the way to the house, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back right here. Archmere played a complete game, grinded it out against this great Bridge defense, and they win 27-0. It's Archmere's first championship in 39 years. Woodbridge head coach Marvin Dooley still proud of his guys.
I'm so proud of them. Feel bad for my seniors. When you got seniors that work their butts off, you like to see them go to the state champ, but we didn't get it done, but it was a great season, and I hope the kids realize after a few days you look back on your season and you can at least look back and say we had a great year. Even though it didn't get done at the end, we still had a great year.
Absolutely a great year in Greenwood. So Woodbridge comes up just 1 win short of their ultimate goal, but I'd say a pretty successful season for first-year head coach Marvin Dooley and his guys. They are losing a ton of talent from this team to graduation. Running backs Jordan Evans and Kenny Newton, quarterback Seth Smart, and of course, most notably, linebacker Wyatt Wright. But look for the Blue Raiders to stay in contention in the near future. Football is won in the trenches, and they have 5 linemen in the 9th and 10th grade classes that are at least 240 pounds, so they should be dominating in the trenches in the coming years. They also return Lexton Westcott, the explosive receiver for Woodbridge, and they still have a lot of skill positions to fill in, but I think the future is bright for Woodbridge. All right, let's move on now to the champions, Archmere. Today, President Joe Biden issued a one-of-a-kind invite to one of our Delaware football champions. Biden graduated from Archmere back in 1961, playing for an undefeated Auks team his senior season. Archmere just finishing off the only undefeated season in Delaware this year, and now number 46 inviting his Auks to Washington to celebrate their championship. Now, this is a really cool moment for these kids. Here's part of the video posted to the Archmere Academy Twitter feed straight from President Biden.
The first state title for Archmere in 39 years. I'm so darn proud of you. Undefeated, 8 players named All-State, including quarterback Chris Albero as Offensive Player of the Year. Chris, congratulations, pal. The same fortitude that made you state champions is the same kind of grit you need to become successful whatever you do.
That is just such a cool moment from the President of the United States himself. But let's move on now to our next championship matchup. It's Smyrna and Middletown in a rematch of the Harvest Bowl in Class 3A, and this was an instant classic. Braden Davis, a 4-star quarterback recruit, scrambling, finds an opening, and he goes into the corner. Davis in, and that was on 4th down. Big play for the Cavs. Smyrna with the answer. Ymir Knight burst through the hole, and he is gone. That one over 50 yards, and the Eagles regain the lead on that touchdown. Cavaliers have an answer, though. They score twice in the second quarter, and Middletown with a 21-14 halftime edge. We move to the third now. Smyrna knocking on the goal line. Wayne Knight with the direct snap, and the senior in his final high school game not denied. He scores, and the 2-point conversion as well. The Eagles led 22-21. Middletown facing 4th and goal from the 3, 4 minutes to go, and Braden Davis just so good. Finds Zachary Caldwell and the Cavaliers back on top. One final drive for the Eagles. They get a few first downs with seconds remaining. Cameron Edge going to be forced to run on this play. He gets the first down with 4 seconds remaining, so the clock stops. But the Eagles can't get the snap off on the next play, and time would run out as Middletown takes the 3A title. A very, very emotional sideline for the Eagles. Here's head coach Mike Judy after the game.
I think the biggest, losing a game is losing a game, but when the journey ends with this particular chapter of the football family, it's hard. I know how, we all know how much they gave, so it's tough.
Now, this was the toughest loss that I've seen covering Delaware football in the high school level, and you could see the pain on the Smyrna players' faces, and you really got to feel for these kids. They put everything into this game. They just ran out of time, or I think they would have scored on that drive. Hate to see Wayne Knight's career come to a close like this, but we will see him at the collegiate ranks at James Madison University this fall. And as for Middletown, they have a tremendous team. They were able to score on the most critical plays of the game on 4th down and goal, and that proved to be the difference in this one. But of course, hats off to Smyrna. There's no reason for them to hang their heads after the performance that they put up this season. All right, let's move on now. Could Laurel save us from going 0 for 3 on Saturday? The Bulldogs, in search of their first title in football in 30 seasons, playing against St. Elizabeth. Fast start for St. E right here. Brett Smith tossing it up for Chris Character there, and he hauls it in on the sideline. St. Elizabeth up early, but here come the Dogs. Javier White, not to be denied to the end zone. 2-point conversion would be no good. So they still trail in this one, but not for long. This would be the play the Laurel defense needed. Interception right there. The Dogs not letting off the gas. 17 seconds left in the first half. Here's Javier White striking again. Bulldogs up 14-8 going into the locker rooms. Now coming out of halftime, Kylie Wilson for the Dogs. He has been a monster all season long, fighting through traffic, punching it in for 6. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wilson again for the touchdown right here. And Joey Jones going to get the Gatorade bath after this one. The Laurel Bulldogs are your state champions for the first time in 30 seasons. They win the 1A final by a final score of 28-14.
I think we knew early. I don't want that to sound bad, but I think we knew early just with the speed, with the knowledge these kids had right away. In camp, I was teaching things that I hadn't got to by the end of the season previous year. So it was really fun seeing the level with the offensive side of the ball, the defensive, and obviously you see the special teams. But we really hit the stride from the get, and it's just, again, you guys saw the product and saw these kids really come full circle.
It mean a lot because, my first time coming, I watched Laurel and they lost, and then ever since then it would be my dream to come here and win since a kid.
So happy for these kids to go out there and win the championship. Class 1A has been pretty cut and dry all season long. Laurel, the dominant force in Lower Delaware. St. Elizabeth, the dominant force upstate. So they were on a collision course all season long, and we said before this game that one of the keys for Laurel was to contain Quasim Benson, the all-state running back for the Vikings, and that is exactly what the Dogs defense did. Now, the move down to 1A obviously helping Laurel this season, but this is a very talented team, don't get me wrong, who played with teams like Woodbridge and Delmarva who are above their weight class. So congratulations to the Laurel community. This was a long time coming, and this team definitely deserved it. All right, that'll do it for the A block. When we return, we are talking hoops. Bennett and Snow Hill dueling it out tonight in Salisbury.
Hi, I'm Joey Jones from Laurel High School Football, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.